FM News Talk 97.1.
On-demand audio.
I told you right off at the top of the hour, my colleague Mike Flynn over at biggovernment.com has this explosive piece about AARP's billion-dollar Obamacare windfall and how, because of the cuts that they're making in Medicare, this is largely facilitating this billion-dollar windfall profit. And joining me on the phone right now is Representative Walter Herger, and he's been following this story. He's involved in it. The Congress had a press conference just a little bit ago, the House Ways and Means Committee. Representative Herger, thanks for joining us on such short notice. Good afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Good to be with you.
It's good to have you. This is just unbelievable to me. Explain a little bit, because this is the structure of Medicare and AARP, the way that the AARP makes its money. You have the Medicare Advantage, you have the Medigap policies, and the prescription drug coverage. Explain a little bit how the cuts are actually facilitating this profit for AARP.
Well, we were very concerned during the healthcare debate on why AARP, which is looked at as being the largest senior group lobbying on their side, why they would be supporting legislation which would cut almost $500 billion from Medicare, that would drive many of them away from the health insurance and health care that they currently like, and why they would be doing that. So we began doing some investigating, which I might say they were not helpful in giving us information on. Mm-hmm. We've just now gathered the material, but what we gathered basically showed us that with the healthcare, Democrat healthcare bill that went through, over the next 10 years, they stand to gain in excess of $1 billion more in profits from their participation with a private health care group than what they would have received had it not gone through.
I just am shocked that this is coming out. This is probably why AARP, in addition to a couple of other things, why they were pushing this health control law so hard. And I realize that as members of Congress are being careful and saying, well, we don't know if they actually lobbied for these particular policies. Is that true?
Well, they did lobby for the health care bill.
Right.
And the health care bill basically would drive seniors out of the health care legislation they wanted. And so the question was, why would they be doing this? And, of course, they have a tax-free, it's supposed to be charitable, that they're not taxed. But come to find out that as people moved out of the health care, particularly some of the care that they were in, that AARP stood to gain in royalties in excess of $1 billion over this 10-year period.
This is just unbelievable. Now, my colleague Mike Flynn, he was explaining this to me, and he was like, it's up on biggovernment.com for the folks who are just tuning in. About half, so the cuts that were in the Obamacare plan, $500 billion in cuts, comes out of Medicare Advantage. And this is, the CBO had said that the Medicare Advantage program, it's essentially going to cause like 7 million some odd seniors are going to lose their health care coverage because of this. They have to go to traditional Medicare, and in most cases, they're going to have to buy that Medigap coverage. Is this one of those things, Representative Herger, that Nancy Pelosi was alluding to when she said, we got to pass it to find out what's in it?
Well, it obviously must be. And I might say that as they shift into the Medigap, AARP has paid almost 5% royalty for all of those who shift into this. So there's it would appear to be a conflict of interest on the profits that AARP. And, the question is it about dollars or about our seniors? And I think more and more it's looking like it's about dollars. I might also mention that the amount of money that AARP has been spending on behalf of seniors has been pretty much straight line, but the increases of their profits will go up by almost $1 billion. That's in excess to what they would have made before.
just unbelievable. And you don't have to be an AARP member to get their Medicare Advantage, but you have to buy the Medigap policy. So the cuts in the Medicare that are in, as I understand it from the health control law, the cuts to Medicare, this actually increases their membership, and they're going to get more money this way.
Well, that's basically what it would appear would be the end result, yes. And we think, again, they're doing this, leading seniors to believe that they're advocating on their best interest.
Right.
And I think the big question here, are they really advocating for seniors, or are they advocating for their bottom line? It would appear that they're advocating for their bottom line.
Well, we definitely see that, and that's I'm so glad that you all caught this. Representative Wally Herger, thank you for joining us on such short notice to give us some insight into this AARP story. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Great to be with you.
You too. Thanks so much.